What is happening, guys? Yep, Coach Tom Hall again. We've got another special, a compilation of the 5 worst exercises I have seen over the last 9 weeks in social media for these athletes. So I picked them out. They're not great, questionable at most. Enjoy. They're back. Casemiro is doing a pretty standard dumbbell split squat. I'm already annoyed. I'm already annoyed. Do you know why that pad is there, boys? Do you know why your pad? So I used to work for Brentford when we were in League One to the Championship, and I would go mental. Thank you, Joshua Xerxes. I believe it's you. If it's not, or it might be Hannibal. It might be Hannibal. I don't know. Drop down the comment down below. I'm pretty good with footballers. I can name them pretty well, but down below, who the hell is that? All right. So Casemiro, what are you doing, mate? That pad is there to stop your knee from bashing into the floor, and it is mandatory to put your knee to that floor. He's done. Yeah. But normal dumbbell split squats, big fan. They're not heavy. I don't know whether this is match day -2, match day -1. Normally what happens is gym training tends to happen on Monday, Tuesday and Thursday within a training week. Match day is like essentially game day, and you have match day -1, match day -2, and you work back from match day. You tend to load people kind of okay on a Thursday, and you tend to load them more on a Monday and a Tuesday. That is what's happening normally, right? So it doesn't look like massive loads, so it could be a Thursday. I'm gonna say this is either a Thursday or a Tuesday, I'd imagine, because it's not heavy. So normal dumbbell suitcase split squat. Yeah, I tend to do these with most clients. Almost 100% of my clients will have done these. And they're obviously going for the suitcase load over a barbell or a front rack or a safety bar or one. So when you're doing one, you can use the outside of your hip. So you could be on this side or you could be on this side. Most people would tend to go into this side of their hip, right? So if you've got both, it's just kind of boom, we're loading both sides of our hips. We're using both legs pretty much as each other. But if we were to go through just the inside, okay, so the opposite side of what is the main effort leg, I use that term main effort because it is not a single leg exercise. It is a split stance exercise. All right, get that out of your head. So I can't remember the details, but I remember Mike Boyle put it up. I think it's around the 68% mark, maybe a little bit higher, of front leg bias. It might be up. It might be definitely between 68 and like 78, something like that percentage space of how much load is in that front leg compared to the back leg, which means you should have a get it together time when you switch to the over one, when you're doing really heavy ones. These aren't heavy, so all right. So if we were to put the load here, it is going to be dragging everything. So you're fighting against it. So you're probably choosing to do a little bit more adductor. Basically, it just loads the closest muscle group too. So adductors and stuff like that. If you were to use it just on the other side, you're probably going to get a little bit more kind of glute med and kind of hip external rotation is kind of coached in. Cool, right? Really simple. And that's where like, I don't know, strength correctives comes into play. And obviously the back and the front is just more big bilateral loading, but it's less safe. All right, very quick, those ones, weren't they? All right, so they're pretty cool. I think on this, obviously weighted pull-ups are amazing. All right, let's just run it through. The one thing that I was a little bit annoyed when we watched this through on the pull-up, loaded pull-ups, awesome. But for this premise, considering what an athlete she is, I don't think there is an excuse for her going limited range of motion on her pull-up. That's not full. That would be the only annoyance for me, is this position. It's rounded here and your elbow is definitely bent. I want that awesome position, that dead hang position where T-spine's all locked in. Then we negotiate that pull. That would be the only thing I would ask of Keely Hodgkinson's obviously wonderful S&C team. Just don't let her half out on the pull-ups. Jesus Christ, guys. She's world champion. I think she's world champion. I'm pretty sure. I know she's Olympic champion, but world's maybe not. Unsure. Probably. That would be my only thing. But weighted pull-ups are amazing. A similar kind of mobilization. And again, I'm S&C hat on here. Don't see the point of these ones, if I'm honest. Shoot me. But she's pretty good. I think she's probably good in spite of this exercise. So she's rolling around, getting a lot of hip kind of mobility and stability on that Swiss ball. But I don't think that's doing anything for her, as far as I know. And she's concurrently moving the other leg, so the pelvis is having to stabilise, but I can't imagine it's going to be doing much. Fine. This one. Don't squat, hold, loaded rotation. I don't know whether there's much point to it. Look, what I want to see is this guy. He's just looking at him going, what is this lad doing? He's like, Steve, you alright? Yeah, just can't get up, mate. Loaded rotation in a deep squat position, tough, very tough. I feel like this is maybe an S&C thing from way back when. I think this is quite extreme. Wouldn't probably program, I wouldn't be comfortable. But this guy is clearly a ridiculous athlete. I would be uncomfortable putting this in for a lot of people. I think it's doable, but I'd be the start. If I were to do this, okay, I'm reasonably strong. I would struggle with a normal barbell, I think. So that is strong. You're loading obliques, you're loading into your hip, you've got your adductors are firing up. You can see his socks of where that shin angle is going, and where you're closing on dorsiflexion on this side, and then he's opening up, so you've got lots of pronation, and then with lots of eversion. Loads of stuff happening, if I'm honest. It's pretty cool, but if you're gonna try it with a dowel first, okay? That's my educated guess. This one, no idea. I think that's just for fun. She's in a Deadbuggy kind of sit-up position. Answers on a postcard. Comment down below what you think is happening here. What's the point of that? I think it's just... So, in athletics, right? So I used to train really damn amateurly, right? So running for like South of England's and county schools levels and stuff like this. So we'd training. It's the only time I've ever been submitted to crazy core workouts. And it is a very traditional thing, I think, for athletic-based coaches who are skill coaches and technical coaches firsthand. Then they turn into S&C coaches, so they don't always have the best knowledge sometimes of strength and conditioning, but they tend to want to get your abs and everything firing as much as possible, which I totally get because it's got to create a lot of torque, and you've got that thing called vertical and horizontal and kind of lateral oscillation, right? So that you don't want that much to happen when you're running, right? You torso very still, legs boom, 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 going like the clappers underneath, kind of like a duck, okay? It's very elegant on the top, and its legs are going nuts on the bottom. That's what you want to happen whilst you're running. So you don't want this rocking and rolling to happen.